Hello, YouTube. It is the King Dragneel with my buddies. Now, we last year we made a podcast of a new little project we wanted to do called the ACU or Anime Cinematic Universe. Essentially, we just thought it'd be a fun idea, talking about like a what if universe focusing on certain anime. And the first one I thought was fun. I mean, there were a few things here and there that we could have done better, but overall, it was a fun experience, right, guys?
Oh yeah, I would say
A good
so,
launching point.
especially from how we saw in the community polls of you on the YouTube polls. I was like, wow, some people actually want to see these. Okay.
I know. So we before we start our next phase, because we are going to do other phases, I told my friends this. What if we did both movies and TV shows? They agreed, and so now we're going to focus on TV shows. So this is part one of four for the ACU TV shows, Arc One. Roll the intro. All right. Now, I know you're gonna ask, why are you doing this? Why are we doing TV shows? Like, can't we just do movies? I mean, yeah, you could. Marvel's done that with the first three phases, but there's the main reason I want to do shows is because, well, it kind of opens the universe. Because let's be real, if the universe only consisted of the movies, while it'd be interesting, there are still some things like I'd want to see. I want to see like how other people react in different countries. I want to see other heroes because Marvel and DC they've had like shows and such with smaller characters, like for example, Arrow and DC focusing on Green Arrow, or Agents of Shield, which happened in Marvel, which introduced the Inhumans, Ghost Rider, aliens, etc. So I thought this would be interesting. Although there is one question I'm sure a lot of people are going to probably ask: is any of this canon? Like, is this going to be a whole Agents of Shield thing where it's like it's a little canon, but then later on it's
And they
decanonized?
decanonize this like the
Yeah.
like the dumbasses they are.
Yeah.
I don't know
So,
what they were smoking.
so to answer your question, yes, this is all canon. This is all taking place in the anime cinematic universe. None of this is non-canon. Everything that happens is going to happen in our timeline, though we will mention a timetable sometime in the future when we get far enough. Because let's be real, we need to keep track of all our shit. Otherwise, this
Yeah,
is going to be random as hell.
it
So,
is. So I
I
mean,
don't want to support like what Marvel's doing right now.
oh,
yeah.
don't even get me started on
So that's
fucking
why
Marvel.
we made like a list of right now of just a rough draft of where some of these shows and movies are taking place at the moment.
Exactly. So, for phase one or arc one, the beginning, we have a total of four different shows. And originally, we did do another pre-recording of this, but we kind of did two shows each night, and it was very exhausting. So we just decided we're gonna do one show per night, do a recording, and talk about all this. That way no one's tired. Because let's be real, if we did like a whole arc of shows, we're all gonna be tired, and no one wants that. So
Oh yeah, especially with the
Hmm.
amount of wording that's in some of these summaries for these episodes.
oh yeah. Speaking of which, what's different about our TV shows in comparison to movies? We're gonna go into slightly more depth with the shows because of their episodes. Since movies have roughly 2 hours or so runtime, shows have episodes that they can expand the storyline. So that's what we're gonna do. So bear with us, because yeah, we're gonna talk a lot, but hopefully you enjoy it. So let's start with our first show, simply titled The Agents of Vanguard. I know people are gonna say, are you gonna make an Agents of Shield ripoff?
In a way, yes.
Yes, and
We're
you
just gonna
shall
do it.
receive.
I mean, yes. I mean, because let's be real, Agents of Shield's a good show. It was a good show that focused on, Shield on a certain team. It was interesting. I liked it. So
And then I'm not gonna get into. I'm not gonna get
Yeah,
into
yeah,
that.
I think
yeah.
that silence is best sums it up after one.
When they
Yeah.
went to space, it just lost me. It just
I mean,
lost.
yeah. I mean that's fair because it did run for a while, so they want to do something different. But Yeah, so Age of the Vanguard. It's a series that I'm going to direct, but my friends here are going to help out any way they can. So let's discuss what it is about. It is set after the Silver Sentinels. So just to clarify to anyone who is wondering, like, when does it take place? It's after Silver Sentinels. So you're definitely going to see a lot of references to that. And we have a total of 9 episodes. You know, because we don't want to go like 24 episodes. That's no, no. We are not that crazy. Exactly. Thank you, Brandon. We're not that crazy. So, is this going to be a good show, or are you guys going to hate it? Let's see. So, let's discuss episode 1, Operation Strix. The episode starts with a TV, just a simple TV, suddenly turning on, and you see news footage of an attack, an alien attack. And then suddenly you see different perspectives. You see some individuals fighting these creatures, holding them off. And then you see people starting to worship, you know, say like, oh my gosh, these heroes are real. Like, now we're safe. Everything's great. You know, there's this big publicity for the Silver Sentinels. And then the TV turns off, revealing the face of Roy Mustang as he wears a dark uniform, along with a badge in his chest and his hat. Just looking at the TV and solemn, with a solemn face. Then he hears a knock. Opening the door is a blonde woman with brown eyes, but a sad expression. Colonel, it's time.
Is everyone ready?
Yes. The woman herself is Riza Hawkeye, his second in command. And she's also wearing the same clothes as he is. So, with a solemn frown, Roy leaves the room. What we see next is a montage of soldiers and such gathering at a funeral, all standing side by side, bowing their heads in respect, as several men carry a casket to a gravesite. They lower it down and bury it. Everyone stays in silence. On the tombstone reads, "Here lies Mays Hughes, devoted father, husband, brother." Soon people disperse, and all that's left is Roy Mustang standing over the grave, just looking down. He then hears someone walking next to him, and he doesn't look back. He was a good man, wasn't he, Roy? Next to Roy was James Ironwood, who also wore similar dark clothes, looking down solemnly.
He was. But he would know that this would be a terrible day for rain, wouldn't it?
It's not raining.
It's not raining.
Yes. It is.
James looks at his friend with a sad expression. Before he looks over, sees a group of people standing near a car, all wearing dark suits. They aren't gonna come by and say goodbye.
Not the time. We need to stay focused.
Roy, I really don't want to bring this up, but there's been an incident.
Never a time of peace in the world, is there?
So the
Tell
two
me on the way.
Exactly. The two enter a car where James Ironwood gives Roy a tablet showing him footage of a war in the neighboring country of Ishval. Do you see what's going on?
Not there.
Rebels are fighting. They still don't think the war's over.
War never changes, does it?
No. But look at this. And in the footage, the young Ishvalan teen walks over to the group, angrily yelling before he's shot in the arm. But just then, his body starts glowing and glowing before he fires a concussive blast, erasing everyone.
This is a major concern.
And what information do we have on this individual?
Not much. He was shot in the head afterwards. But the brass is concerned. a growing number of powered individuals has started to spread, and we need to stop it. I think it's time to call the Sentinels again.
No, they had their time in the sun. They deserve a break.
Roy,
I want you to take a look at this though.
Wait, is this?
Bring in the program.
Very well. And after that, a series montage happens where we see a blonde man with green eyes getting information from a woman before ripping on his fake face. This is Twilight, super spy. Then we transition to a woman wearing a black dress, using golden blades, cutting down a man wanted for treason. This is your Briar, the Thor princess. Then we transition again to a neighboring country in New York, where a young man who's visiting a 7-Eleven is suddenly attacked by a gang. And when they try to rob him, he simply smiles and throws them in the ceiling. This young man is Shiki Granville. Then, going all the way to Ikebukuro, a woman wearing a black suit and a yellow helmet drives down the streets, delivering a package. Unfortunately, she's ambushed, which she suddenly shoots dark tendrils out to knock her opponents out. This is Celty Strutlands, aka the Headless Rider. Alright. So then, each of these individuals are given a letter, in which case they need to meet at a certain location. So once they all enter, suddenly, they all get shot in the neck with a dart and are knocked out. And once they wake up, they find themselves in a dark room, facing each other. What is this?
What? Where am I?
Oh dear.
Try all you want, everyone. These things were designed to contain even the strongest of the Sentinels.
Turning on the light, James Ironwood suddenly walks into the room, hands behind his back as he wears his iconic white uniform. Wait, like
You're
you're James Ironwood?
What?
The young man, he says.
Young man, please. There's no, just call me James for right now.
Oh my god, call me James. That's so cool.
oh my god.
Everyone's just giving this boy Shiki a look. If I might ask, sir, who are these people and why are we here?
It's funny you should say that. We're here for a mission, actually. And we need some of the best. As you know, the Silver Sentinels handle things in the public eye. But this is a covert operation. And what we need are the best people who can get in and get out. With no ties to them whatsoever.
Agent Twilight, you are the greatest spy in the world. You've succeeded in missions that almost all men would always fail. You're Briar, the Thorn Princess. Your kill count is suspiciously high, but you've never tried once to hurt innocents, which your employer has mentioned to us. Shiki Brandbell, 19 years old. Despite your young age, you seem to have a certain gift for gravity control. While you are a little reckless, we think you fit the bill for the team. And finally, Miss Celty. I know you can't talk. Please, text. And Celty just simply shows, you know who I am? Of course I know. The Black Rider. Of course the other three look at her like, wait, she's the Black Rider of Legend?
What?
She is. And she simply can't talk, hence why she needs the phone. We need your shadow kinesis is exactly what we need. Now, this isn't a voluntary position. We will pay you whatever you need. Any supplies, any uniforms. But we need you. The Vanguard needs you. Are you in?
Can't really say no in this situation, but hey, I'm always down if I can take charge of my mission.
Lloyd Forger agrees. Then your brother is like, if this is to help the world, I suppose I could help. Although I hope I'm not much of a burden. Mr. Granbell?
I always wanted a dream to be a hero, so I definitely want this dream to become true. So I'll be happy to help.
Miss Selty?
Absolutely.
All right. All right.
All right, everyone.
Welcome to the Vanguard. Then the windows suddenly open and they found themselves in a large base. Welcome to the Haven. Secret location for Vanguard. No, don't worry. No one's gonna find anything. As long as you don't tweet about it. He looks at Shiki and Shiki's just like,
What?
anyways, let's go to the conference room. So the group entered the conference room where they are greeted with a young girl with white hair and ruby eyes. Shiki looks at her in surprise.
Who's that?
She will be assisting you in the mission. Everyone, I'd like you to meet Isla.
My name is Isla, everyone. Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, how old is she? 5.
5?
Mr. Ironware, you know I'm older than that.
Well, in human years, yes. Human years, sir?
Wait, so she's...
She's an android. Everyone just looks at her like... wait, androids? I always assumed androids were a fictional thing, but she looks so lifelike.
Wow.
Please don't touch me.
Sorry.
Isla here has been programmed to assist in whatever endeavors you need. She's also equipped with a program to learn martial arts, as well as a certified pilot's license. She will be your driver.
If you come with me here, you come with me, everyone.
Now, this mission is simple. We need you to enter the country of Ishval. Recently, a rebel cell has occurred, killing many Vanguard agents. And 2 nights ago, they captured a project we needed.
Project.
We call it Strix. We're unsure what is inside, but we know it's important. We need you to go to this location, extract Strix, and exit without causing an international incident. Now, I'm aware this is the first time you're all working together, so you'll have a commander in the outpost. Please come in. And entering the room with a kind smile and eye patch, Bradley. This is Commander Bradley. He outranks me. He will be your overseer for this mission.
It's a pleasure to meet you all.
What, Commander Brad? Like Twilight just looks in shock. Commander Bradley.
Oh, so you know me?
Of course, the Spy Academy. We're aware of your exploits, sir. We're also aware of how you succeeded in the Ishvalan War. It's a true honor to meet you.
You flatter me.
Yeah. Now, I don't want all of you to be worried. I'm simply here to help you. Okay? So whatever you need, let me know. And everyone just accepts that he's wise and kind. So then the episode transitions to them on the plane getting ready for their mission. Of course, they don't know each other, so it's a silent trip. And of course, Shiki's antsy.
Can you at least try to calm down before the mission?
Oh, sorry, Twilight.
Sorry, this is my first time, so this is...
Celty simply texts, "Don't worry, everything will be fine." Oh, everyone, you all raise your hand. Maybe we should make code names if this is a mission.
Code names?
I'm Twilight. My name is Twilight. You're a Thorn Princess, correct? I've seen your work. It's creative. Thank you. What about you, Celty? I prefer Black Rider. what about Isla?
I don't do code names.
Okay.
Wait,
Hey, Shiki, what would you want? Oh, how about
I thought-
Crap Lord?
uh, what?
You're serious?
Okay, no,
Well,
I'm just kidding.
I was kidding. I was kidding.
how
There
about- how
is
about-
actually a name that I've been like called whenever I have to do like some other help. So people call me Gravitor. Would that work?
And the team
Short,
agrees.
to the point, about your powers? Not bad.
All right. So the team agrees, and now the mission happens. And of course, the team isn't exactly in sync, so certain things happen. For example, Twilight tries to infiltrate the base with a disguise. Yor ends up killing some guards and alerting everyone. Shiki's having fun using gravity power. Celti's trying her best to help everyone, and Isla's simply in the plane waiting for them to extract. Eventually, they reach the safe house and enter with Twilight and Yor entering side by side before eventually finding a room. All right.
I'm
What?
standing right here. Use words.
Okay. You take that side, I will take this side. We breach together.
There you go.
They break the door down and enter, but what they see shocks them. Agent Twilight, have you found the package? We found her. Come again. Standing right there, doll in hand, looking at them in shock, is a young girl with pink hair. And that's where the episode ends. Now we move on to episode 2, titled The Child. Coming back from the last episode, Twilight and Yor look at the child in shock. She just stares at them with her big green eyes. And then slowly, Yor takes out one of her blades. And Twilight just looks at her in shock. What are you doing?
Hey.
What? I thought we were trying to... she's not an illusion, is she?
No.
Sorry. And
Hey. It's okay. We're not gonna hurt you. Do you want to go somewhere safe?
Haven? Haven?
What?
Behind you! Suddenly, two Uish fallen rebels fall, and Twilight just looks at the child in shock, wondering how she even knew how they came in. But then Isla calls in. Sir, more reinforcements are coming. We need to extract now. So, without any delay, Twilight picks up the child, rushes out with the rest of the team. Of course, a fight ensues, though they keep running. And the young girl just looks at them in wonder, like, who are these people? Before she smiles. Then they enter the plane and leave. And though the rest of the team is a little more than confused.
No.
So, is she... Who is she? Apparently...
She's the package, apparently.
Itch.
And then everyone's thinking, wondering, and suddenly the girl speaks. Anya!
Anya?
Anya?
My name's Anya. I'm 4 years old. How is...
Did anyone?
I read your mind.
Wait, you can read minds?
Mm-hmm. You... she looks at Shiki. You... Cheese it! Eat cheese it!
Wow, I can't believe you figured that out.
You
Hold on.
seriously ate a snack before we came here?
No, I was thinking of Cheez-Its.
Unbelievable.
Twilight looks at the child just in high concentration before she says, M16 A1 rifle.
Hmm.
She
How about that?
she can't. So wait, she's one of these powered individuals? Apparently so.
If she can read minds, then what was she doing at the base?
Well, hopefully Bradley can figure that out. So eventually the team returns to the base where Anya is a little more than scared, considering all these people, everyone around her, and unconsciously she holds on to Twilight's leg, though he's a little more than iffy on that. Like,
Hey, hey, you don't have to look. Hey, come on.
everyone just looks at Twilight and Anya.
No one say a word.
Soon they enter the command room where Bradley's simply waiting. Ah, congratulations on the mission. And I see you recovered the package.
And you could at least said the package was a child.
Yes. Unfortunately, she's one of the escaped subjects. Apparently, Ishval has been working on creating powered humans.
Powered humans? A test subject? It's a child. She's 4 years old.
I'm aware, but I'm not. But the Ishvalans have wanted revenge ever since the war. It seems that they've gone through drastic measures to do such thing.
Resort to using a child?
Shiki just clenches his fists in anger. But then Celti just simply puts a hand on his shoulder, just calming him down. Unbelievable. How could the Ishvalans do this? They hate us that much. Though, I am grateful for the successful mission. Good job, everyone. Unfortunately, Operation Strix is only finished phase 1. Turns out, we're getting more reports of powered Ishvalans around the country. Which means your mission is far from over. Can we rely on you?
Where's the next stop?
Then, near the end of the episode, in another location, a young Michelin girl is being dragged out against her will in a lab. She's screaming, begging for help, with some mad scientists trying to hold her down with a large needle. But just before they inject it, the wall suddenly explodes. They all look in horror as a man with a white cross scar on his face walks in. Another child. You monsters. Stand back. Stand back. I'm not afraid to use this. Just before the man can
better not flinch.
Just before the man can pull the trigger, the gun is suddenly blown up by the man's hand. You're the man's hand grabs the scientist's face. Oh, suffer. And then all of a sudden, all you see is a red mist of blood hitting the wall. The end of episode 2. Then we move on to episode 3, simply titled The Scar. The team has spent the last few days on a mission, stopping other Ishvalan cells. And throughout that time, they slowly get accustomed to each other. With Twilight always reading mission reports, Yor drinking tea, Shiki playing a game system, Celti reading a book, and Alice simply watching everyone. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I've brewed everyone some tea if you'd like some. Mr. Twilight, would you like some?
No.
Okay. All of a sudden, entering the conference room, Anya wearing green PJs. Good morning. Good morning, Anya. Isn't she supposed to be in the doctor's office to see if there were any side effects?
Apparently, doctors said that she was okay, green to go. Surprisingly resilient for a 4-year-old.
What's the economics, Mr. Twilight? Stop reading lines.
Don't look at my mind anymore, okay?
I'm sure she doesn't mean well. So, Miss Anya, how are you feeling today? Okie dokie, Miss Twilight. Suddenly, Anya, of course, sees Yor's dreams, and she freaks out. Like, What did you?
Uh,
what are you
what did you
thinking
do?
about? Nothing. Nothing. We don't. Attention, all agents. Please report to the command office. All right, let's go, team. Everyone suits up, getting ready. They enter the room where Bradley is currently looking at a screen. Thank you for coming. We've got a new mission, and it's a rather delicate one. He turns on the screen, and suddenly a footage of the attack from a few nights ago happens, where the man with a white scar is seen murdering several individuals. What is going on? Who is that? An Ishvalan rebel, from the looks of it. We don't know his name, though we simply refer to him as Scar. He's attacked several Vanguard bases over the last few weeks. This one was his most recent attack. 15 people were murdered. Dear God. Then they see footage of him using his strange power to destroy someone's head. Jesus.
He's an empowered.
Yes, he is. We don't know why he's doing this, but he needs to be stopped. We've tracked his current whereabouts. He seems to be going to Europe, to our division over there. I want your team to intercept before more lives are lost. Understood, sir. Mission?
We need to keep her here.
Sorry, Miss Anya, but this is a very big mission. They have to stop a bad guy. I want to fight too!
No.
And everyone's, of course, just looking at her like, what?
No, absolutely not.
Anya wants to go fight! Anya wants to go fight! No!
Ugh.
And of course, Ursa, Isla has to intervene. I can watch her if you'd like.
Fine. She stays in your sights all times. She vanishes. That's your problem.
Of course. We'll have one of our pilots take you all to Europe. Everyone, this man is unhinged. Do not underestimate him. And of course, the team goes to Europe, where, of course, another attack at one of the Vanguard bases happens, with one of the scientists being choked out by this scar. Now tell me, where are the children?
I don't know where they are. We're trying to help them.
Trying to help them. You butcher our land, and now you take our children. I have a family. So do they. Stand down.
Put him down. Or the next one's gonna go right between your eyes.
The team arrives with Shiki and Celti using their powers, Yor taking our blades, and Twilight aiming his gun. Of course. Are you aware of what Vanguard's doing?
What I'm aware about is actually somebody here is taking matters in his own hands, no matter what he is on the side of the law.
Again, I'm not warning you. Stand down. Oh, shit.
Oh no.
Then the man on a scar suddenly unleashes a powerful burst on the floor, causing a land wave to happen. Everyone splits up, and a fight ensues. Shiki is trying his best to get close to the man, but the man is formidable with hand-to-hand combat. Even Yor seems to have a tough time trying to stab him, while Twilight tries to get a good aim at him. But near the climax, Celti holds him down, trying her best to incapacitate him. That's enough. Now you're going to come in peacefully.
Try telling that to the kids who lost their lives, the families that were destroyed.
I'm aware of the Ishvalan war. I know a lot of lives were lost, but this isn't the way.
Not just Ishval. Not just that. From
Suddenly-
both sides.
Suddenly, Scar dumps on the floor, causing another energy
no.
wave to happen. The whole ceiling starts collapsing. Shiki's using his gravity powers try to hold the thing together, and Scar's escaping. But before he could, Twilight takes his gun and shoots him twice in the stump. We have to go after him. No, Twilight, we can't. Everyone out. The building collapses, though fortunately, the team and the scientists were able to survive. Damn it! He got away. But everyone's okay, right? That's not the
That
point.
doesn't matter. If he's still out there, that means the mission is not done. More people are gonna get hurt.
Sorry. I apologize. Sir, are you okay? I'm fine. But he killed... He killed Denise in times. He was mumbling about children, about them being captured, but we were just trying to work on medical equipment. We never had any children in that base. He was... It's like he's hunting for something. And the team just looks at each other, wondering what the hell this was all about. Meanwhile, back at the base, Isla is keeping an eye on Anya, and of course, what happens in the Spice Family anime, where Anya hides and Isla has to find her, occurs. Though Isla does have fun because, well, you know, she is always about work, so having to chase a child is funny. Not in that way. Like, Miss Anya, where are you? Anya's running the base, sneaking. Miss Anya. And then suddenly Anya enters a room happily. Then all of a sudden, she freezes, just looking at her. Oh, there you are, Miss.
Oh, there you are.
Anya?
Yeah.
Anya's looking at the medical wing, and suddenly she gets flashbacks. Flashbacks of her being put in a table, injections happening, tests being made. She stares just in shock, her hand trembling, eyes watering. Miss Anya?
It's okay.
No, mommy, daddy, mommy, daddy. Anya just breaks down, and Isla's just right there wondering, what can she do? And then the team returns a few hours later, everyone getting rested and in burst. Commander, I apologize, but the man got away.
Care to explain what happened?
We messed up. It got personal.
All right. But at least you were able to prevent another catastrophe, which is acceptable. Though we may have another issue at hand.
What?
And everyone goes into Anya's room, but it's locked. Anya?
Anya? Oh, come on, open the door.
We override the door. Unfortunately, we can't. She just locked it. Isla, what happened? Like, Twilight looks at Isla and march over
What
to
happened?
her.
You were supposed to be watching her.
I don't know. She panicked. She was in the medical wing and she panicked. Like she was afraid. Her skin was pale. She was shaking, crying. I didn't know what to do, and then she ran to her room. Is this my fault? Did I?
No.
And
no.
It's not your fault.
Shiki and Silty stand there helping Isla while Twilight and Yor go to Anya's room. Anya, open the door.
It's me. Come on, open the door.
Door opens and Anya's right there, holding her doll as she looks in for horror. It's okay. No one's gonna hurt you. And then all of a sudden, without warning, Anya rushes to Twilight and hugs him tightly, shaking like a leaf. He just stands there completely in shock before he just puts his arms around her and just pats her. It's okay.
It's okay. Let it all out.
As she's panicking, Yor starts singing a small lullaby While everyone else is listening, Anya seems to calm down before she finally falls asleep deep in Twilight's hands. As he puts her back in her bed, a serious look appears on his face. No one's gonna hurt her. No one. End of episode 3, which we now move to episode 4, simply titled Rescue. The start of the episode begins with Scar, who seems to find himself in an Ishvalan monastery in Asia, where he is currently being treated by the abbot of the monastery for his wound. Another wound, I see.
Doesn't matter if it keeps me going. If we,
You can't keep going like this, my child. If you continue down this path of revenge, you will find nothing but despair and anguish.
Nothing but despair with anything. Those are folly and Vanguard bastards left in our country. If nobody stands up to them, who will?
My child, the war was 15 years ago, yet we still carry that burden. I understand that anger. I do. But allowing that to consume you, how does that help those who have fallen rest?
It helps them rest when all is said and done.
I pray for your redemption, my boy. I truly do. And Scar simply leaves the monastery, fully healed. But just as he crosses the corner, he's suddenly ambushed by 4 cloaked men. Scar! You're wanted. Stand down and come with us.
Fuck.
Then the episode transitions back to the base where we see Twilight reading a book on children and PTSD. He rubs his eyes tiredly, and then the door opens with Yor walking in, a cup of tea in her hand. Another book? You've been reading those for the past 3 days. Tea?
There has to be something we can do about Anya. She lost her family. She's all alone. I don't even know what to do.
I understand how she feels. I lost my parents when I was young as well. All I had was my little brother Yuri, and I did everything I could to help him. But those scars still stay with us. I'm sure you've suffered losses as well.
Yeah.
You know, you seem like a cold man, but deep down, I think you're a good one.
Thanks, Yor. I needed that.
The door suddenly creaks. The 2 look at the door. Shiki stands there.
Oh, hello.
How long have you been there?
For about a few seconds. I was about to grab something. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'll leave you be.
Twilight just simply shakes his head in amusement before closing his book and going to bed. The next day, the team finds themselves at another mission, with Bradley looking especially angry. Agents, we received word recently. Scar's been captured.
He's been captured?
Wait, who captured him? Was it Vanguard? Unfortunately, not. And then he brings up a map of Asia, specifically the Stanley Gulag. He's been taken into the Gulag. And I'm sure, as some of you know, a Gulag is essentially a maximum security prison. The government in Asia thought it'd be nice to capture him, and now requests payment. in exchange for Vanguard obtaining him. But they aren't aware of how powerful he is. We need him here. So that's why I'd like our team to break him out.
You want us to break out the terrorist that we were trying to catch.
I know it's how it sounds, but this man may have information on the remaining cells. Besides, he's too dangerous for a simple gulag to hold. That's why I want your team to extract him. I know you can do it. Very well.
Yes, sir.
All right. How's Anya doing? Better. Good. I truly hope nothing happens to that girl. And the team leaves for a mission, with Twilight giving commands. All right, here's how the mission will go. Isla, you stay in the jet and you wait for us until we get back. You will also alert us of any air traffic. So, Yor and Shiki, you two will enter the prison to extract Scar. Meanwhile, me and Celti will be outside preparing your escape. Why aren't you going inside? Let's just say...
Let's just say if I did, there might be 2 prison riots.
Good
Okay,
luck.
so go in there, avoid a prison riot, get into safety.
Mm-hmm. Of course, when Shiki and Yor enter the prison as prisoners, things don't go right. They see Scar inside one of the maximum security cells, and they try to break him out. Okay, how do we... We don't have a key. Yor takes out a knife.
Not a...
It works. You're the woman and the child from before. Yes, we are. Come with us. Go with you.
Look, I know you don't like us. I don't like you either. But we need to get you out of here before things get worse.
Shiki, the warden just returned from his trip.
We gotta hurry.
The warden, as the warden walks through the halls, suddenly one of the doors breaks open with a ball of fire, and one prisoner holding a fireball enters with a smile. It seems Scar's here. That fucker killed my brother. A wave of fire hits, and suddenly the cell doors start melting. All right, boys, how about we go find that son of a bitch? Yeah! So just as Shiki and Yor are walking Scar through, they see a wall of prisoners standing in front of them.
Oh no.
Hey,
I assume they're not part of this rescue.
No.
Ravator, what's going on?
Twilight, we have a problem.
That's the end of episode 4. In which case, we go into episode 5, A Daring Escape. Because of the whole riot, the prison goes on full panic. Everyone's fighting. Shiki and Yor doing their best to fight. Even Scar's helping to an extent. Though, surprisingly, other inmates show different powers. For example, one with the ability to turn to rocks, other able to use wind, and even Twilight and Celti have to enter the fight. Eventually, the group is able to escape, with Scar giving Twilight an especially menacing look. And just as they're entering the plane, they're being shot at by the Asian government. Shit! Take off! So, Isla's prepping the plane, and everyone starts flying off. Shiki stands near the door and smiles. Hey, we did it!
Hit it!
Suddenly, Twilight's hit in the face with Shiki's blood. Shiki looks down. He sees blood going down his left side. Randall!
She, hey! Come on, stay. Don't you even think about it. Don't even think about it.
Slowly, Shiki's vision starts blurring. Shiki!
Hey!
That's the end of episode 5. Then we move on to the next episode. Shiki Begins. The episode starts with the plane setting down at Haven. Just as one of the engineers enters, they see Twilight rushing and carrying a bleeding Shiki.
Medic!
Everyone, all the other Vanguard agents looking shocked before they call a gurney. They're pushing the gurney as Shiki lays there, breathing hard.
Come on. Come on. You're gonna be fine, buddy. You're gonna be fine, okay? You're gonna be fine.
Shiki just looks at Twilight, trying to reach out. But then he starts flatlining. He's flatlining! We gotta get to the doctor now! Everyone starts bringing him. Twilight just stands there, looking at his hands as they're covered in Shiki's blood. Twilight? Twilight! It's okay. We're here. How is he? He's hard. And of course, the team is starting to sit in in the lounge, trying to process all this. Their clothes have changed, but the scar of seeing their teammate bloody is on their mind. Twilight's just right there on the table with stern look. Yours right sitting next to him, concerned look. Celty's just right there at the table with a coffee mug. Even Isla is right there, just frowning. I should have gone. I should have left the plane. I should have gone with them. Isla says with sadness in her voice, trying to do something.
Nobody could have predicted what was going to happen. This is all on me.
Then all of a sudden,
I'm in there.
It's not your fault.
Yes,
I was
it is.
I was next to him. I should have done something too.
I was more capable. I've done infiltration missions before. Not one time that I tried to get someone else killed.
Agent Twilight, Agent Thorn Princess, please report to the command room. Two look at and wonder before they start going, leaving Celty and Isla to ponder. Bradley stands in the command room, though instead of the friendly gaze, he turns to them with anger in his eye. What happened?
Sir, things happened and unexpected. Outcome happened.
Oh, I'm aware! He turns on the TV showing news footage from Asia. Now I told you to watch it. I told you to avoid an international crisis!
I did ask for this! I didn't ask to be a part of this! Shiki is on his deathbed because of me! I could have switched places with him. We did not know anything about a terrorist organization showing up in the gulag. That begs me to wonder, how is it that you were able to know exactly where Scar was? Exactly the right place at the right time?
Watch your tone, Mr. Lloyd. Your team is suspended for the time being, so I suggest you think about this while your teammate is healing. As a team leader, you need to take responsibility.
Believe me, sir. I'm taking full responsibility for everything right now. Permission to be dismissed.
Granted. Twilight walks out, pure anger. What?
Gah!
George looks at him, wondering, and he doesn't even say it, he just walks away. As Shiki lays on his bed, trying to heal, flashbacks begin to emerge. Him in a white room, being treated by what looked to be a robot skeleton he called Grandpa. His childhood being raised in a virtual reality. Happier times. Later on, Isla stands over Shiki, a solemn look on her face as she stares at the boy who tried to befriend her. Please
I pushed you away. And you were just trying to be yourself.
Isla reaches out to grab Shiki's hand.
Don't die, Shiki. People still need you.
And then slowly, Shiki starts opening his eye.
Celti! Celti!
Celti enters the room, shocked.
Hey, easy does it.
Then later on, Twilight and Yor enter the room, both looking completely relieved. Hey guys, sorry for all the trouble. You did good. You did good.
You're good. You're good.
Thank you. Twilight lets go of Shiki for hugging him. Just sorry, unprofessional.
It's okay.
So,
is everything okay?
well,
Oh,
we were able to capture Scar,
we got Scar out.
but
Team's been suspended.
What? But we succeeded in the mission, though.
Yeah, but not to the eyes of our superiors. You know, our little mess up made national news.
and the episode ends with the group just gathering together, just looking at each other with relief because they are all alive. Though one would wonder, is the team going to stay? Which moves on to episode 7. Twilight and Yor begins. During this whole episode, Twilight and Yor each have an interview discussing their past. Whereas Twilight in the army, while Yor had to be an assassin. A series of flashbacks happen. Basically the same as Ken and Spy X Family. After a long time, the group is sitting outside trying to wonder like what they're gonna do now. But wondering is their team disbanded? Soon, Bradley enters, looking stern. After reviewing all the interviews, the board has decided to reinstate your team. However, another incident like this, and you will all be suspended permanently. Am I understood?
Crystal, sir.
I'm not trying to be stern. I understand how you felt. After all, I've had my share of loss. But it's because of that loss that made me the man I am today. Just remember that, all of you. You're a team. So do your best. Dismissed. And Bradley walks out. Everyone just looks in wonder and relief because finally their team is together. At least until they finish conquering the rebel cells. However, as Bradley walks away, he simply takes out his phone and makes a call. Is it almost ready?
Yes, sir.
Good. Which ends episode 7.
Hooray.
Alright, so we just finished episode 7. Now it's time to go to episode 8, titled Secrets. The episode begins with a flashback during the Ishvalan War, where we see Roy Mustang and James Ironwood sitting, resting, both completely worn out. How many days was that?
As I counted,
Too many to count.
I lost track.
Then suddenly, two water bottles enter their view, and standing over them is a smiling face of Mace Hughes. I think you two could use to pick me up.
Thanks, Mace.
So, this war is almost done, I hear. Just a lot of fighting. How are you guys
Hopefully it'll
holding
be
up?
to a better cause.
Let's see.
Who knows? In a war like this, it doesn't even know what happens on the other side.
Yeah.
Believe me,
Either, actually.
Yeah.
believe me, I had to learn that the hard way. And he just shows off his metallic arm.
Yep. I know it's a middle arm. And Mace just gives him a look like, yeah. Well, I mean, at least you're still pretty handy with that, right? Both the Roy
What,
and
you want to beat me in an arm wrestling match like last time?
oh, come on, that's not fair. And they're just having a good time. Then all of a sudden, they hear someone walking by. I'm glad your men are resting, but we still need to continue the advance. Let's go.
General Bradley.
At ease, soldiers. I understand you're tired, but the war is almost over. One last push. I believe all of you.
We'll
Dismissed.
give
Yes, sir.
everything we got, sir.
But as he's walking by, Roy just gives Bradley a look.
What's wrong?
Nothing, just a feeling.
Then it transitions from the past to the present as Roy and his Lieutenant Hawkeye just enter slowly. Their craft lands in the Haven base. Is everything okay, Colonel? Yes.
Yes.
Both of them enter the base, each of them getting a salute from the other Vanguard agents before they enter the command room, where Bradley's waiting for them with a smile. Ah, Colonel Mustang, Lieutenant Hawkeye. It's an honor to see you two here. How are you doing?
Nice to see you're still the same as ever, sir.
Of course. Although I do have a little gray hair here and there.
Yes, you are getting up there in years, as I should say.
Oh, you wound me, Roy. You wound me. So Roy looks at him, wondering, and asks the simple question: "How's the team?" They're performing rather decently. They're about to prepare for the next raid. Would you like to meet them?
I think that would boost the morale.
Right? And soon everyone starts entering, though certain things happen. I'm telling you, I don't need Jasmine. I'm not exactly a fan. But Twilight, Jasmine's really good.
I get that, but it's just like
Then, of course, Shiki's right there playing game with Celti. Oh, no, come on, Celti. That's not fair. You cheated. And Celti, of course, just gives a shrug. And Isla's just right behind them, like, you should watch yourself, Shiki. You just got cleared for duty. I'm
Don't
fine.
worry, I'm just helping as a horse. See?
Everyone, it's good to see you.
good to see everyone.
Everyone just stops and looks in shock. Colonel
Roy Mustang?
Colonel Mustang. Oh, sir.
At ease, everyone. I get enough of that from all the other fanboys.
Colonel Mustang here is here as a guest. He'd like to personally oversee the next mission, which will be here in rural Georgia. We have another Ishvalan cell. This time, it seems they're packing heavy artillery. I'd like your team to enter, extract the weapons, arrest anyone you can. Will do, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anything you'd like to add, Roy?
Keep an eye on each other's backs. Things may be grim. You may not know what any order is the right order, but just always have each other's backs. You'll get home safe.
And Shiki, of course, is like, oh, chills, literal chills.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. Roy Mustang, the one that gathered the Silver Sentinels.
Act professional.
Right.
Sorry.
You're dismissed. You're suited up at 5. Yes, sir. And everyone leaves. Of course, Roy is just watching them with a small smirk. Like it. And of course, the mission goes. They're in Georgia. They're a little more coordinated. They're able to neutralize all the targets and eventually gather all the weapons. Although Twilight finds that there's a certain medical device called a DNA sweeper. Like, Howard file accessed.
My God.
And then soon later, the rest of the Vanguard agents started gathering the rebels, all gathering the equipment. Though Twilight is against the wall with a stern look, and Yor, of course, goes to up to him like, "Is everything okay, Twilight?"
Some things just don't make sense.
We, well, we caught the rebels, so mission accomplished.
Yes, I know, but why would the rebel attack something here in the States? That goes outside of what they normally do. And especially attacking with all these many soldiers. This amount of weapons? Some of these were not even used in the war.
And then that's when he has the idea, talk to Scar. So then we transition back to the base where we see Twilight standing in front of Scar's cell, with Scar just sitting there with an impassive look on his face. So, come to mock me?
I came for answers. You know what this is, don't you?
A DNA sweeper used to scan everyone and anyone with the potential to obtain a power. Yes, for an idiotic-ish fallen. We know.
Why exactly were you out looking for this tech? Or were you out looking for everything else?
I wanted to destroy it. It's a cancer to society. Do you understand how many people with abilities are growing in the world ever since Seto Kaiba first emerged? Of course, he wouldn't believe. Vanguard never believes anyone. They're perfect.
I do.
Tell me.
Something was off by the time I got there. Nothing added up. Then I saw that, the DNA sweeper. And I saw who authorized that project.
Yes. Where do you think that technology originated from? Maybe you need to talk to Commander Red. During this conversation, Anya, of course, is being Anya. She's looking around, being curious, having fun, before she eventually sees a room. Ooh! She enters it. It's Commander Bradley's private office. And she walks around curious before she finds a photo. She sees what appears to be a younger Bradley, yet for some reason, she feels like she's seen this before. Oh, hello, young one. Standing there is Commander Bradley, a smile. Are you lost?
I didn't break anything.
Don't worry. Your powers are developing rather well, aren't they? Tell me, you knew where you were thinking? And as Anya reads his mind, her eyes widen in horror, standing back. Don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. He suddenly injects her with a small syringe before she passes out. Then later on, Twilight marches over to Commander Bradley in the command room, closing the door. Ah, Twilight. I wasn't aware we had a meeting. Is something wrong?
Open it.
Curious. A DNA sweeper, huh? Very interesting piece of technology.
Indeed. Exactly from where I believe I know exactly what happened to said technology when it got lost, per the notes. So I did a little digging on that. And guess what else I found? look familiar, sir?
I knew I picked the right man. You know, fun fact, it wasn't even me that authorized the team. It was Mace Hughes. Major Mace Hughes. A good man. Somewhat dim-witted, but a good man. He wanted to make a team to help the Sentinels in the shadows. Of course, his passing complicated things. Me and General Ironwood wanted to honor that memory. So, we sought you out. And I'm impressed with your deductive skills. You want me to say it? Okay. Fine. I did it. I authorized it.
I need you to stand up and turn yourself in, sir. Now.
I'm afraid that can't happen.
I wasn't asking.
Suddenly, without warning, Bradley takes the gun away faster than Twilight could even react. Now, I'm sure you're wondering how fast I am. You see, I have a title in Vanguard. I'm the Rat. And, of course, code names are code names, but sometimes you need to be more open to seeing things. And then when looking closely, in Bradley's covered eye is a red mark in the shape of a dragon. You're a poet? Yes, I am. Tell me, Twilight, how many men die each year in war? Because they're normal. They're simple. They lose simply by the bigger gun. Now, just imagine this. An army of powered individuals. Imagine how few casualties we would have. That's what we need. That's what Vanguard needs. And yes, it may have come at a certain cost, but you can't deny the results.
Results are inhumane.
Maybe to you. Are you still going to stop me?
You know I can't let you leave without that, sir.
But that one, Twilight tries to pull out handcuffs, and then a fight ensues with Bradley overpowering him. Like slamming him around, throwing him in the wall, and eventually pinning him in the ground. Don't worry. I'm not gonna kill you. You're much more useful alive. It's me. Gather them up. And then we see a montage of the rest of the team being captured. Each of them being sedated, with Isla even wondering what's going on, before Bradley goes up to her. Slices. Even shutting down. And then the episode ends with Twilight slowly opening his eye, Lori just seeing everyone gathered. That's the end of episode 8. Now we move on to episode 9, Inmates. The team suddenly finds themselves in separate jail cells, each being restrained, wearing an inhibitor collar to prevent their powers from being activated. Hello, everyone. I hope you've slept well.
What's going on?
Twilight here just ruined everything. And I
He's the
felt
one. He authorized the Empower program. He's behind
behind it?
everything.
I wouldn't say everything. The Ishvalan rebels were trying to cause chaos. Admittedly, I did try to stop them. But yes, I suppose I'll confess. I did authorize the use of experiments. Experiments?
Experiments?
Yes. We wanted to see how infancy affects the growth of empowered. Hence why we used Ishvalan children. Scar was right.
I was right all along.
Now, don't misinterpret. We didn't kidnap children from homes. We took orphans. Of course, many of them lost their parents in the war. Many were starving on the streets. We gave them a purpose. We were helping them evolve, becoming something more.
You turn them into lab rats and sickening ways and find yourself a new super soldier. You want to make the next Captain Ark.
Close. Though I suppose you could consider me the next Captain Ark. And the rest of the team sees his eye. Like, what? You see, this isn't natural. I gained it from a certain program, inspired by Captain Ark, about 150 years ago.
150? So that means you're...
Yes, I'm rather old, though, of course, I still have some color in my hair. Now, I understand. This is a lot to process. So, I'll give you all a chance. Forget everything here, or join my cause. We can evolve the world. We could save lives. No one needs to die.
Go to hell.
I tried to be respectful. I really did. I wanted to tell all of you in person. Very well. I suppose an execution will happen.
What?
Execution?
Of course, we can't let you tell anyone. I was trying to give you a chance. Oh, and don't worry about Anya. She's being taken care of.
Where is she?
I told you she'll be taken care of.
Where is she?
Her power is unique. We simply want to enhance it. Of course, with her age may come complications. But don't worry.
Complications? You mean that you'll kill her?
Possibly, or she may lose function. But don't worry, I won't waste her gift. Have a
You
good
do
day.
anything. I swear to you here and now, Bradley, I will make you pay!
I'd love to see you try, Twilight. And with that, Bradley leaves the room.
Bradley! Bradley!
Being the new Captain Ark.
Yep. And
Yeah,
then,
right.
as Isla's being moved into a closet, she suddenly turns back on, shocked, wondering what's going on. But then she goes to one of the camera rooms and sees the team imprisoned. Then she starts hacking the comms. Guys, are you there? Hello? Hello?
Isla, is that you?
Yeah, it seems it looks like they forgot to take out your comms. What happened?
We're betrayed. Bradley, he's behind everything. He just confirmed it himself.
What?
He
What's
has
going to-
Anya.
She's not in the base. I'm looking through every camera. She's not here.
So she's being escorted right now?
Get us out of here first. We need to search the premises.
And of course, an appearance and escape ensues. They're able to escape themselves. A fight ensues with Bradley's personal Vanguard agents, and eventually the team's able to enter a jet and fly off, though not before they get hit in the engine and crash. And of course, Bradley's right there looking through the whole intercom with a deep frown. Find the wreckage. Kill any survivors.
Sir.
In the like about a mile or two away from the wreckage, Twilight, Yor, Shiki, Celti, and Isla just stand there in the woods, wondering.
What's gonna happen now?
I mean, should we inform the police? And Celti, of course, goes, "Police won't help us. They won't believe us."
What about Mustang or maybe even Ironwood?
There's no way we can contact them without Bradley knowing.
As far as we're concerned, we're on our own. The team's done. But then Twilight looks in the distance. But I'm going back.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back for Anya.
And of course he gives them an option like, you guys have no obligation. No obligation. But I can't do this by myself. I need your help. Please, help me save Anya. Yor puts a hand on Twilight's shoulder and smiles. We'll do whatever we can. Boyd. Shiki?
One thing I learned, when a friend's in trouble, I gotta help. So don't worry, boy. I'll help you.
Celti?
Celti?
She's part of the group. Isla.
Isla?
Can we trust you?
Alright then. Agents, let's go.
And the episode ends with them just walking away. And now we reach our season finale, simply titled Agents of Vanguard. The episode starts with a simple train ride in Europe. You see people walking by, and you see a woman with aubrey hair sitting down with her glasses, and a man sits behind her. It seems you're in quite the deep end, aren't you, Twilight? Handler. The woman in question slowly offers a briefcase in the back. Brent, Vanguard's hunting you. You have a bounty on your head.
It's not the first nor the last time I have a bounty.
Tell me, do I need to worry about you going rogue?
I've been like that all this time. You just let me do what I want.
Of course. There's a private airstrip. There's a helicopter you can use, untraceable, as well as some equipment. Don't die.
That's the plan.
Good luck. And you see Twilight regrouping with everyone. Alright, team. As far as we know, all of the Vanguard agents at Haven are the enemy. We need to kill them. Yor takes out her blades.
No.
And then Shiki's like, wait, are you guys sure? I mean, look, as far as we know, not all of them are aware of what Bradley's doing. So, we do this non-lethal. What about with Bradley?
We'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. As of right now, we're still uncertain about his powers. The only thing I was able to figure out was the fact about his speed. So if we can't get a drop on him, he's gonna waste us all.
Does anyone have any complaints? Any issues? Say them now. Alright then. Let's get to work. And then as Bradley is right there conducting experiments, he simply informs his associates. Is she ready for transport? Yes, sir. She and along with the other children. Good. Make sure they are secure. Of course. Then all of a sudden the power starts flickering a bit. What's going on? Little did you know, the team is entering the base. And of course, their first stop, the prison cells, where Scar is sitting against the wall, playing with a puzzle.
You want out of here?
So you were betrayed by the very organization you worked for. Typical.
Ironic, I know. But we're either going to save these kids with or without you. That's on you.
They're here?
Yeah.
And how do I know this isn't a trap?
You're just going to have to trust us.
And then they hack the collar that's holding his power. But one rule. No killing.
I make no promises.
So then the helicopter started preparing to lift out the children. All of a sudden, the helicopters are blown up. All the Vanguard agents are wondering, and suddenly Celti, Shiki, and Yor are starting to fight the Vanguard agents. Of course, non-lethal, though with Yor...
It can get a little messy.
Bradley! Commander! We're under attack. By who? Like, they see footage of Scar destroying a lot of the vehicles before looking at the camera. I want all 8. Call reinforcements. Inform them our prisoners have escaped. I'm going down there myself. As Bradley walks by, he grabs 2 large swords from his wall. And he enters the hangar, where Isla slowly sneaks by him to enter the commander. But as he walks by, the door is suddenly shut, and he looks behind him to see Shiki standing right there. Grand Bell. Alone, I see. He's not alone.
He's not.
I'm not.
Yor comes in from another side with her blades, and Celti comes out of the shadows. Oh.
This is what you hired us to do. Isn't it?
Oh, I'm actually glad you're here. Now get that. And of course, the battle ensues between all of them. But as this is happening, Twilight is sneaking to the base, taking out anyone he can before he eventually reaches a room. Whoa, hey, whoa. Chill. Get. And then he sees in several cells some children, different echelons, all looking terrified. Eventually he reaches the end.
Anya? Yes.
Papa.
Come on.
Let's go.
Come on.
But as he's carrying Anya suddenly tugs at him. No! Them! They need help. And so Twilight starts breaking the locks, but even as the doors open, the fallen children are just terrified looking at him.
What now?
Talk to them.
Alright, everyone. We're gonna take you somewhere home. We're gonna find your families, okay?
And so slowly one of the Ishvalan children, the youngest, reaches out to Twilight, and he slowly reaches out to grab them. And as he's escorting them, he starts having a flashback of why he became a spy, because he didn't want children to cry, essentially what happened in the canon. And so, back at the battle with the 3, Bradley, of course, is overwhelming everyone, taking them out, and then eventually pins Shiki on the wall. Such a shame. You're dying so young, with such powerful abilities. And as Shiki's trying to punch him, he grabs his wrist. Oh, what a shame.
Right.
But then suddenly, Shiki suddenly blows dust into Bradley's eye, causing him to scream in pain. It's called nano dust. Little thing from Twilight's friends. And as the nano dust starts burning Bradley's eye, Celti and Yor start ambushing him, pinning him to the ground. You're done, Bradley. Then all of a
Much for
sudden,
your ultimate eye.
some of the Vanguard agents come. Sprays! Taking the
On
opportunity.
the ground now.
Taking the opportunity, Bradley pushes them off and starts running off. And then, of course, Shiki and Yuz have to stop the Vanguard agents, but Bradley escapes. Then Twilight's leading the children to the hallway. Okay,
Come on.
get in this room. As
In the
they
room.
enter,
Hide here.
but just before he could close the door, Bradley tackles Twilight. You ruined it! You ruined everything! Oh my god! I've conquested! I could have saved everyone! But then before Twilight tries to reach for a gun, only for Bradley to use one of his swords to stab his hand through the walls. You wanted to play the hero, Twilight? What are you, huh? Who do you think you are? And then all of a sudden, Twilight puts a grenade against Bradley.
Name's Lloyd.
Like a flashbang happens, causing Bradley's only eye to be blinded as he stumbles back. Twilight pulling the sword out of his hand before he takes out a shotgun. The name's Lloyd.
Lloyd Forger.
Bradley's hit his shoulder with a shotgun, but just as he's about to charge, the others come and help Twilight. Celtic hits him with her shadow tendrils. Shiki uses gravity to slam him on the ground. Isla comes in to kick him, and then of course Yor grabs him and then stabs him through the heart with her sword.
You
She
should
grabs
know us. We're the agents of Vanguard.
And Yor just lets him fall, his heart bleeding. I just wanted to stop my brothers. You didn't want to save the world.
You didn't want to say anyone.
You were just lonely.
Yeah, really. Just shut up.
With the final shotgun blast to the heart, Bradley dies right there. And suddenly the group starts seeing Bradley's whole skin wither away as he becomes an old man, his hair growing white. It's over. And then all of a sudden the doors open, other Vanguard agents aim their guns. Freeze! And then Roy Mustang walks in the middle.
I have a feeling.
You're all under arrest. One week passes, and the agents of Vanguard are healing, with Twilight having a bandage around his hand. All of them are in the cell, just staying. So, like, Shiki's just like, so, what should we do after we're released? Should we do something?
Who knows? Our records are probably smudged.
Mm.
We can't really go back to what we were doing.
Or- Then suddenly the cells open with Roy walking in. Well, you're pardoned.
Just like that?
Look, I had a feeling that Bradley was doing something. I was conducting my own investigation, and you lot figured it out. So on behalf of Vanguard, I thank you. Follow me to the command room. Everyone gathers, all wearing normal clothes. Well, we were able to stop many of the Ishvalan cells, and they seem to have quieted down after Scar convinced them. You let Scar go? He's being monitored, but he promised to behave in exchange for allowing the children who were empowered to go home. Of course, they're being monitored in case they cause issues. Of course. Now, the mission is done. You all could go back to your normal lives. Nothing will happen in your record. it's a clean slate. Or you could all stay a team. I admit, when Maze proposed this idea and Ironwood wanted to use it, I was skeptical. But then I saw you all fought, even against all of Vanguard, to try and save someone. That's who I trust with my life and the future of Vanguard. So, it's your choice. You could stay a team, or doors are right there.
With all due respect, sir, I think you already have our answer.
Good. Then, looks like you'll need a new handler. I'm looking at him, and then he looks at Twilight, who looks in kind of actual surprise.
What?
Look, Bradley was smart, as much as I hate to admit it. But you have heart, determination, knowledge. Those are the aspects of a leader. And I think that's what we need. Of course, you don't need to accept. I could probably get someone else, hopefully someone less evil, or... Everyone just looks at Twilight, and he looks at them.
I guess the vote's been cast.
Very well. Now, in regards to Anya, we were going to put her in adoption, but the door suddenly opened and Anya runs in. Papa! Papa? Everyone just like, what? Twilight just looks down like, hey.
Oh, I see what's going on.
So, until she reaches of age, Anya will be under your care. Of course, she'll stay mostly here in Haven, under everyone's supervision. Though I doubt any of you mind. Everyone just nods happily. Good. Now there's just one more piece of business.
What is it?
Because you're a team, you'll often need new recruits. So, that job will fall to Twilight. Though, I do have one new member that I think you'll all enjoy. Let him in. A man with blonde hair, glasses walks in. Sir, this is Agent Dopo Kudakita. He is a top student at Vanguard Academy, as well as an empowered human.
Power? What can he do?
Taking out a book, Kudakita writes something, takes out a page, and all of a sudden it transforms into a gun.
I'm jealous.
So, would you accept him? Agent Twilight?
Let's see what we can do.
Agent Twilight, it'll be an honor, sir! Alright then. Alright. Well, it's time to start your next mission, Vanguard. Dun-dun, and you see the team just walking in an epic slow-mo, as usual. And then the credits happen, Agents of Vanguard. But then we head to another scene, where we see a General Ironwood standing over a grave with the name Maze Hughes. Roy Mustang walks behind him, looking at him with a frown. I think they're gonna do fine, James.
Yeah. You will be proud. Truly.
You're still shaking up about Bradley, aren't you?
Especially since it was my decision to let him lead the team.
We didn't know.
We didn't know at the time, James.
It's not like we can control people.
You're right.
They just stand over their friend's grave mournfully. Before a small idea occurs in Ironwood, though he doesn't say it. And then credits happen, and that's the end of Age of the Vanguard. except the post-credit scene, where the post-credit scene shows Twilight sitting in his new office, looking through several files, though he is tired. He looks tired, reading through them, drinking coffee. And of course, Kunikita enters with another stack. Here's another stack of the new recruits, sir.
They could at least warn me about the paperwork that comes with the job.
With your record, sir, I'm sure it won't be a problem for you.
Dismiss, Kunikita.
Of course. As Twilight takes another file, he opens it and actually reads it with interest. Putting the file down, he takes out his phone and puts a number in. Mustang? I've got a recruit here. Yeah, I think she'll fit right in. And he puts the file down with a simple name on it. Shield. And that's the end of Agents of Vanguard, Season 1. Now, this isn't the end. I will say that. I have a few seasons in mind for Agents of Vanguard, but overall, I'm satisfied with how Agents of Vanguard went. And I thank Brandon and Nate for jumping in with dialogue and such. But definitely, this is part one show out of the 4 we're doing for Phase 1. So definitely keep an eye on that, guys. And hopefully before the end of this year, we will do Phase 2, which I'll be honest, it is gonna be jam-packed. So thank you for watching, guys. Subscribe to me and Brandon, because we need the love. All right. And as always, you take care.